That was Rakai celebrating his birthday. And the person shaking their derriere was 24-year-old OF/cornstar famous Riley. I don't even know what to say. He was only 17, you sick. Just a few days ago, it was Rakai's birthday, one of the youngest and hottest streamers in the game. Naturally, he would want to celebrate this with his audience, with his community, some of the friends that he's garnered over the past couple years. But while that was happening, there was a lot of sexualized content being placed around this 17-year-old. And it's honestly opened up the conversation that probably should have been had a long time ago, which is who is watching him, who is protecting him, and why aren't people calling out the groomification of Rakai?
Who this little boy?
Okay. What y'all
Is he legal?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grown. My birthday just passed.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19.
Huh? What? He gonna send me to jail?
Yeah, literally.
You want me to go to jail? Nah. I just got in jail like 3 days ago.
Oh, can we get a 360? Like, no disrespect. But my auntie. That's your auntie. Don't do it.
There's so many things wrong with this scenario. And let me be clear before I go down this rabbit hole. I am not blaming Rakai for doing any of this stuff. He is a young, very normal and healthy adolescent male. He's shown that he has the same sex drive that a lot of adolescent males have had when they were his age. But the thing that is so interesting is that when I was that age and I had that same sex drive, adults weren't around me, pushing me and feeding into that sex drive. This woman can look at Rakai and tell that he is not of the same age group as her, not of the same caliber as her. Like, she can literally see that. And then he proceeds to tell a story about his age, which, you know, most 16, 17-year-old kids would do, but it's only aided by Deshae Frost, who is posing as her nephew. But Deshae even gets tongue-in-cheek with his auntie by saying, oh no, yeah, he'll literally get you in trouble, literally send you to jail, as if that's something to play about, only for her to proceed to throw her BBL cakes in his face. I'm sorry, but if that's not weird, I don't know what is. This isn't just an isolated incident. I've seen people have concerns about Rakai and his placement in these adult-like spaces over the past couple of months. And at first I started to brush them off because some of these things were just little brother hanging around big brother/big cousin types of vibes and types of energy. Sure, I don't condone the cussing, and I damn sure don't condone any sort of rumors of any smoking.
What's up right now? I'll get high, nigga. What? I'm out.
Get the fuck out of here. This nigga don't go nowhere.
I'm playing.
But as time went on, it became more and more evident that there were a lot of adults around Rakai, but ultimately not a lot of assistants around him.
I am going to talk about Rakai again because what is happening on this Mafia-thon? This is for anybody who defended the fact that, like, oh, he's just a kid and, like, blah, blah, blah and bobbity boo. Okay, honestly, he is just a kid, but once again, I'm not blaming the child. I'm blaming the adults around the child. And for all y'all who are like, it's not his responsibility to raise him, blah, 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 boobity, bop, bop. This is still weird. I'm not even saying this is, oh my God, like, I can't believe they're not being more responsible with him. They need to be more like parents. No, this is weird.
In the past, Rakai has been able to get away with a lot of different things because everybody just chalks it up to the streaming environment. They make jokes about the fact that he doesn't participate in his schoolwork and that he's seemingly uneducated. But to me, that's not really the funniest thing in the world. But that's not where I really want to draw the line in the sand here. What I really want to point at is the things that are super dangerous and life-altering that minors get into on these streams for the sake of content. And it's strange because there are adults that are around him that just allow this stuff to happen. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time when Rakai was on stream pretending to be an Uber driver and let go of the entirety of the steering wheel to check his phone, and you can see the car physically swerve.
We got the music or no?
Yeah, for that, you gotta accept your order. Accept the first pickup.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. What shall I play?
Now, mind you, there's a whole adult in the car. Like, why not tell him to stop before we play any sort of music? This is just unsafe stuff for a teenager to be getting into. I believe in that situation, he served some sort of small, insignificant ban, but ultimately he came back to the platform because Twitch gon' Twitch. Another common thing that I see happening in a lot of Rakai's streams, specifically around the women, because I think that this is where it gets really, really nasty, is the fact that he gets off this lie about his age a lot.
How old are you?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
I'm 21.
Oh, you're 21? Yeah. Oh, really? Yes.
When you 23?
Yeah.
We the same age. What the
No,
fuck?
we're not.
No, that ass. I thought you was like 25. 23.
How old are you again?
Huh?
How old are you again?
25.
Born in 1995.
Again, a tongue-in-cheek gimmick for a young man to be pulling off. And again, I think that this is even like normalized in society because I don't like to pull this card, but if the roles were reversed, we'd be having different conversations. But it doesn't bother me that women unsuspectingly may go on with the conversation. He's literally deceiving them in real time. It's when there are other adults who are around him that know his actual age, knowing what the angle that he's trying to get to is, ultimately just shut up and don't say anything. Even encouraging the conversation like Deshae Frost did in the first clip. The reason why he's able to get away with this stuff is because there's encouragement after encouragement from the community at large, whether it be the people that are in the audience, but more importantly, the people that are surrounding him. And I think at this point, it's a little out of hand. Kai Cenat has even talked about it on his stream during the last Mafia-thon, that he hasn't gotten in front of the issue up until recently because at this point, it's just like a wildfire.
I don't want to play this card, but it's partially my fault because I don't, like, there's no consequence with what he does. So, like, I never take it there with his parents or his mom and shit. You feel me? Because I see the good in Rakai. I mean, I actually feel like Rakai will be the biggest. I think he's going to be the biggest in the world. That's why I always be lenient with him. But to a certain extent, I had to remember, and we have to remember, that he is a little kid.
Shouts out to DH for the clip. And I want to talk about why Kai Cenat might even be going down this pathway. And to be honest with you, he may not be the biggest proponent in this situation here, the specific one at the party, because I mean, he wasn't necessarily around and I haven't seen any situation where he has introduced like sexual content in front of Rakai. But ultimately, anybody surrounding him seeing this type of behavior and not stopping it has some sort of blame to be held. Whether it be any of the content creators, whether it be the people that do the casting for these shows, or whether it be the women actually involved in the situation. There's often times where young black men aren't guarded and protected from knowing that they are going down a path of destruction. Every time that Rakai gets off some sort of sexualized comment, somebody should be checking him.
You want a different gift?
Huh?
You want a different gift?
What's that?
What do you want for your birthday?
Birthday sex.
No, absolutely not.
Don't ask me.
Even if it is somebody in his age group, the over-sexualization in all of these conversations really puts me on edge. Just because I know as a young man at one point in time, all this stuff leads to porn addiction and viewing women as like objects and sexual conquest as opposed to people. You can't even have normal conversations without trying to approach them sexually. And every time I've seen Rakai in a lot of situations, that's exactly what he does, specifically with women. It also doesn't help that he has a young male audience the same as him. This is just continuing this vicious cycle. I don't think that Rakai is going to go down this specific path, but remember little RT from a couple of years ago at this point, I believe?
Hello, my name is Sheikah.
360.
360? You want it fast or slow? The 360.
Slow.
What you know about a 360? You can't be looking at her. What did you do?
That's weird. But he's a perfect example of what I believe can happen to Rakai. The industry turning him up, getting him in every single clip, viral moment, 20v1, etc., and then ultimately spitting him out. Leaving a kid who is lost in this world, looking for some sort of, answers to something, all while missing out on their childhood. And this is all because there are dollars and cents tied to this stuff. As a young black man, I already know that society does a job of aging you up, adultifying you, putting you into these different situations. And I do think that it does have something to do with him being a young man as opposed to a young woman. I know for a fact a young girl that is 16, 17 years old could not be put in these situations and the internet just be okay with it. Imagine there would be a young girl, Rakai, turning 17 years old, and I don't know, some famous OF corn star dude came through and started working on camera. The internet would have his head. Pause. But because this is the industry and everybody's laughing and joking, everyone thinks that this is fine. The clip with Deshae Frost's auntie wasn't the only time that he was sexualized that same night.
Oh, she's a prostitute. No. I got that 150. That 150.
Mind you, these women are 40 years old. It's getting to the point where these clips are becoming so frequent and nobody's even talking about it. Like, this one got buried in all the madness. But this one is no different than the last one that got 2 million views where it was his auntie, or the one where famous Riley, the one that got 22 million views. All of this is just the over-sexualization and the groomification of Rakai in real time. Every adult in this situation holds the blame. These grown-ass women know exactly what's going on. I remember back in my days of doing casting for the AMP shoots, I know how they get into these rooms and in these spaces. is. It's not like they don't know that he's a minor. It's not like they don't find out at some point when they sign on that dotted line to go and be a part of this stream. And even if there is some sort of anonymity in this conversation where like, oh, they don't know it's specifically for Rakai and it was Deshae Frost and then Rakai ultimately ends up being there, that's fine. I can turn my head towards Deshae Frost and definitely pack him up. But after you find out that he's a child, get the hell up out of there. And it doesn't take asking. You can literally look at him and see, oh, he's a baby. The thing that makes me saddest in all this is how fast the internet moves. This is probably the 30th time I've seen people have complaints about Rakai being around these adults and stuff like that. And it's funny because he's just been in mature situation after mature situation after mature situation. But the happiest that I've seen him is his most recent content when he's been hanging around Bunna B, the rapper. Now, granted, Bunna B is older than him, 22. However, they have a more brother and sister dynamic.
I killed that.
And it's actually pretty interesting and pretty wholesome how she keeps him in a child's place and he looks to be shining and thriving in these situations. And the reason why is because even Rakai will acknowledge this, he misses being a kid.
Do you miss just waking up, going to school, and being a normal 16-year-old? Do you miss that?
Yes.
That's truthful.
Aww.
That's truthful. Yeah.
Now take a polygraph test for what it is. From my understanding, that woman is not the most genuine because the test is not the most genuine. It's more of a skit. But I do believe that that was a genuine interaction. Being famous is hard. There's a lot going on in his world that people can't even imagine. And that didn't even matter just the age specifically. But if there's one thing that I've known after watching a lot of these child stars throughout the years is that it becomes tiring very quickly. You get burnt out very quickly. And there's so many core moments from my childhood that shaped me to be the young man that I am today at the big 29 that I would hate if Rakai missed out on them because he's on camera, or hell, would even have to live out those instances because he's on camera. I do still think that there is some hope to save him, but I want to be very clear. People have to have some sort of adult intervention before things get just totally out of hand. We have to start using our power and our voices as content creators to shun those that put him in these situations, but more importantly, shun those who actually do these sexualized acts and don't give him any consequences or repercussions for, you know, doing certain nasty, shaky booty behavior, saying this gooned out stuff, etc., etc. Have been taking a little bit of a notice to those who have been separating themselves from this because I think a lot of people are having problems with it. I just want to get it before he spirals into something crazy. And I'm be real, like a sex addict who is objectifying women. Like I just don't want that to be the case for a young man who has so much potential like that.